All right, scholars, we're going to do some more practice with our PEMDAS, our order of operations. So turn to page 33 in your notebook, write the date in the corner, okay, and let's get started. Okay, want you to draw your a little PEMDAS man, like I got right here. Okay, now I want you to remember that the P is for parentheses. The E is for exponents, like when you have 4 squared. The M and the D are for multiplication and division. The A and the S are for addition and subtraction. Okay? So when we go through and we start solving these problems, you go through and you solve everything in parentheses or brackets first. Okay? So parentheses we drew up here. Okay? The parentheses are just the little curves that go around words. Brackets are the little squares that go around. They look like squared parentheses. Okay? Then exponents we reviewed up there are what's next. So there's first, there's second. Our third step is to multiply or divide working from the left to the right. So like as you read the problem starting from the left, like we do when we're reading a sentence, any multiplication or division, you do it in that order, whichever comes first. So if you get to a multiply, you multiply. Okay? Then if there's a divide after that, you divide after you multiply. Okay? And then step 4 is adding and subtracting. Again, you start from the left and go to the right like you're reading a sentence. So if you get to a subtract, you subtract. If you get to an add, then you add. Okay? So on our little PEMDAS man up here, the reason that we wrote him that way is so that you know when you multiply and divide and add and subtract, those are the ones you do left to right and together. Okay? So let's work through an example, starting with P, parentheses. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we can check off our P. Next is exponents. We look from left to right, and we don't see any, so we can go to our next step, multiply and divide. So starting from the left to the right, okay, you go across, you have 15 divided by 3. So we do our 15 divided by 3, that gives us 5, and we bring down our next operation that we have. It's multiply, so 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, and we should have written the times 7 right there. I forgot to bring it down. Just always remember as you go down to the next line to bring down all your operation symbols and all your numbers. Okay? All right. Over here on the back of 32, you're going to write these examples down. Okay? There's 3 of them. I want you to write them down. I want you to try to solve them. Okay? You're going to pause the video. I'm going to change the screen. It's going to tell you where to pause. You're going to pause the video and you're going to answer these 3 questions. Okay? Then play the video to check your work. Okay? It's complete, honest, honorary system right here. You've got to be honest with me and try your best. Guys, this is your chance to see if you're getting this or not. It'll work you through. Write out all of your work, and then you can follow along with the video to make sure you're doing all the steps in the right order. All right, let's look at number 1. Okay, so we start with our P. Do we have any parentheses? No parentheses. Okay, then we look for E, exponents. Go from left to right. Okay, no exponents. Okay, the next we have our M and our D, our multiply and our divide. Oops. Okay, Okay, so we go left to right and we look, we hit division first right here. So we're going to do that step first. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Then you can bring down your other numbers and operations. We can continue on. We didn't have any multiply, but we did our divide. Now we can do our add and our subtract. Okay, so going from left to right, we hit an addition. So we do 15 plus 4. That gives us 19. Bring down the next part. It's still addition, so we continue on. 19 plus 5 gives us 24. All right, number 2, we start with P for parentheses. Going left to right, we hit the parentheses right here. So we do that operation first. 6 minus 2 is 4. Then we bring down all our other numbers and operations. Next we look for exponents. There are no exponents. So now we hit our multiply divide. So starting from the left, going to the right, we look and we hit multiplication right here. So we do that right here. We've got 4 times 4, that gives us 16. We bring down our next our number and our operation. So we did our multiply. There is no divide. Now we can do our add and our subtract. We do have an add as we go left to right, of course. And that gives us 19. And we had no subtraction. Now for our third example, this one we've got the brackets. Remember, a while ago in our notes over on the other side, we wrote that you do parentheses, then brackets. So we start with our P, like we've been doing. We go from left to right, and we hit our first parentheses right here. So we do 7 times 2 to give us 14. We keep the brackets and bring them down. Subtract 3, bracket, add 8 divided by 2 times 3. Okay, so we now our next operation, after the P, we also do the B with it. Okay, so for the brackets. So now we do what's in the brackets. 14 minus 3 is 11. Bring everything else on down. Plus 8 divided by 2 times 3. All right, we look for exponents. We have no exponents. Multiply and divide. Starting from left to right. We got addition. Oop, there's the division. We hit the division before the multiplication, so we do it first. Okay, 8 divided by 2 gives you 4. Bring everything down. So now we can do our multiplication, because that's the step we're on. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down your 11 plus your add. We're done with that step. Now we're on add and subtract, going from left to right. You get 11 plus 12 to give you 23. Okay, check your work. Be sure you got all of those correctly answered. And I'll be checking this page tomorrow morning for your homework point.